Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Vallen, and this is Immersive Engineering, Tesla Coils. So as I've covered quite a bit of this stuff, and it required very little, if any, steel, I did forget to mention this specific item here that doesn't require any at all, and that's a Tesla coil. Now, the recipe for this is a bit of aluminum. It's 2 copper coil blocks, which is, iron with a whole bunch of copper in it, and then just a couple of MV capacitors, which has lead, electrum, iron, treated wood, and blocks of redstone. So it's not too bad, but where it's restrictive is not in the recipe to make it. It's in its cost to run it, and the benefits potentially for it. Now, you'll notice here it's, pretty cool looking here. It's just like a 2-block structure, and it has all these little inputs on it. It does not really output anything except for damage and death. So there aren't really going to be any outputs. It's just got inputs on there for redstone signals or power. Now, I have a lot of power coming into this right now. So you don't need to have quite this much, but I just wanted to make sure that I had sufficient amounts. But the power needs for this is going to be about 256 RF per tick. 512 while it's shocking, and 1/2 of those numbers when you set it to low mode. So to adjust it, you'll need, of course, your engineer's hammer. If you right click it, it currently will invert its power mode. So if it says its default is not inverted, which is, standard default mode, therefore it's going to be off when you put it on the ground. If you right click it with your hammer, it will say inverted and instantly start shocking you and anything nearby, potentially killing you and anything nearby. So be careful with that. Now, if you keep it in not inverted mode, you can turn it on and off with a redstone signal. If you haven't seen my redstone wires and connectors section, I recommend you do that because redstone vanilla-wise just looks really messy nowadays. But if you shift right-click, you can change between the power mode being low and high. Now, high mode is your standard, lots of damage, about 6.5 blocks away, and low is about half the range and the damage. So enough about looking at the Tesla coil. Let's get into how it works and some of the things you should know about it. First and foremost, fluorescent tube works really well with this in finding out areas, as well as you saw down there, decorative means, which can be entertaining or even just useful for lighting an area. Now, fluorescent tubes, real quick before we totally cover the Tesla, is as you can see here, just regular vanilla glass, glowstone dust, and a graphite electrode, which it has a certain integrity involved with that. But that aside, to make a graphite electrode, you would need to pretty much make it either in an engineer's workbench from a blueprint found in a chest, or on a metal press, which we're not covering today. That'll be in another bit by bit. So working from that, though, you're going to want to make hop graphite ingots, which are then made from hop graphite dust being smelted, which is made in an industrial squeezer from coke dust, which coke is put into a crusher and turned into coke dust. And of course, there may be other mods that might help give you shortcuts on doing this, but that aside, let's get into this, because that's a lot of steel involved in just getting to make fluorescent tubes. But I'm going to use these for demonstration purposes as well as entertainment value. They are adjustable if you just right-click them with your hammer. You can change the angle that they show at, and therefore adjust where you want them to be. You can change their colors in an engineer's workbench by just placing one in the vise. You then have the opportunity to change its settings so that you can have it be whatever color you prefer. Then you just right-click to set it down, and it drops facing you on that spot. And it actually will be adjustable within the square that you're putting it, so you can actually put it in different areas of the Minecraft block instead of just relying on that. Now, you're probably thinking, how does one power it? That's kind of where the Tesla coil comes from. So by flicking this lever here, I'm going to be activating it, and it can get a little bit loud, but as you can see here, it has a certain range about it, and these guys are just wirelessly being powered by the Tesla coil. Now, they're also going to be used in this, at least, to give you a general idea of how far You can power things with it, which is pretty much just the fluorescent tubes, or damage things. And that's really what a Tesla coil is about. It's about giving a giant square cube of defense to your area at the cost of some power. Now, with that in mind, in previous versions, the Tesla coil would also barbecue any kind of animals that come up, like, for instance, a cow would be zapped, and its any raw beef it dropped would be cooked, but currently, where I'm at, this is not the case. It's, just a regular raw beef. Same with any pork chops and things of that nature. Now, moving on from there, it does do a considerable amount of damage and may potentially destroy your armor in the process. So you can set it to, where is it here? Not inverted, so I just shut it off there and back on again. Now, the Tesla coil does have to be turned off for you to adjust its high and low power use. So once you do that, you should be able to click on there, low or high. As you see there, I accidentally inverted it, but you get the idea. There we go. Shift right click for low or high. It's very, very dangerous. You could easily electrocute yourself. I'm in creative right now, so you're not seeing myself get damaged and my armor get melted, but at least that's happening. And the reason for that is originally it was created where if you're wearing a Faraday suit, which is made pretty much with just a bunch of aluminum plates, which is just aluminum smashed with a hammer, you would be able to not take damage, and instead it would just power the fluorescent lights nearby while wearing the Faraday suit. Now, currently there's either a glitch or an intended change that is happening in here, but we will see how this goes in time. Hopefully it will be that the Faraday suit will keep you Tesla-proof while on the low setting. But in the meantime, keeping it in high, it will do double everything. Double range, double damage. It will also, hurt you while you're nearby if it is currently on. And these here, the fluorescent tubes, as I fall off the platform, the fluorescent tubes will give you an idea further out. So if I am currently here, it's basically 1.5 times the range is how far the fluorescent tubes will get powered. So when I get within range of this, I'm going to get zapped, which is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks away, not counting the center block. Let's shut that off for the moment. And you'll see that if you go above the top block, it's 2, 4. On the 5th block, you'll get electrocuted. On the 6th block, you won't. But it will power the fluorescent tubes further away. Let me turn this back on. And you'll see that it is powering up there. Currently powering way out here in the corner. So it's not a round globe. It is actually a cube of power. And you'll see that I get electrocuted through walls down below as well. Now, it's 2, 4, 6 below. I still would get electrocuted. If I'm standing on an 8th block, I still get electrocuted. But if there's a creature down here, let's put down a critter that's nearby here, a chicken perhaps. There we go, a chicken. Now you can see I'm getting electrocuted, and I'm slightly below this. I'm actually at this block level. If I bring the chicken in here, chicken will be unharmed. Let me drop down a little further. That chicken is going to be unharmed, but if I put a chicken down 1 block above, he gets zapped. So it's zapping you in the head, but not the feet while you're at this level. So it can reach quite a range around it, and it's rather dangerous. It's meant for self-defense at this point. It will electrocute any kind of critters nearby, mobs and so on. Let me grab a little bit of some redstone coil, and I will connect this up to here. And that just launched ourselves a villager up here, and you can see he is just getting electrocuted to death. Very simple and straightforward. Let's launch another villager, and he's suffocating as well as taking lightning damage from the Tesla coil. So it's not going to charge creepers or do anything fantastical like that. It's just meant to kill anything that gets a little bit too close, doing damage over time. And yeah, that it will use up quite a bit of energy as well. But hey, you know, if you want to turn this on and destroy any invaders nearby, have at it. Remember, you put it in low mode, it cuts the range that it affects in half, damage and all that stuff as well. So, real quick, putting it in low mode, and I will show you that it is currently only going half the distance. Now, of course, I can stand a bit closer and not get shocked. I get a little bit closer, and it's going to zap me and give me the stunned effect. What that does is it's really good for killing mobs. Therefore, you could create a mob spawner and use this to your advantage, because stunned effects will prevent teleportation away, therefore killing Endermen as well. And you can harvest the drops from that. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and share the Mischief with others if you think they'll enjoy the video. And until next time, folks, I'll see ya.